Sisters and brothers, how's everyone feeling? Fired up and ready to go? I love you too. Sisters and brothers, Donald Trump is now Predator-in-Chief, the head of one of the most dangerous and right-wing administrations in U.S. history. In his inauguration speech, Trump said that his government will follow the righteous path, that it will be the government for the people. He said that the forgotten men and women will be forgotten no more, that he will create great schools and good jobs for all. Do you believe him? Trump is a disgusting multi-billionaire liar and con man. He has built his administration on the worst muck of the billionaire class, right-wing bigotry, and the corporate elite. There is absolutely no mandate for Trump's hateful agenda of racism, misogyny, and anti-immigrant feeling. His approval ratings started at 40%. Earlier this week, they're down to 32% the last time I checked today. But sisters and brothers, opinion polls will not be sufficient to stop him. Trump and the billionaire class understand one thing only: power. And that is why today, this weekend, all the protests, marches, and student walkouts are happening because we want to build our power. To answer Trump's vicious attacks will require for us to build up a determined fighting movement. One that seeks to mobilize millions from below in collective struggle, building grassroots democratic structures and our own independent organizations. Symbolic protest will not be enough. We need to build mass, non-violent civil disobedience. Tens of thousands of people can shut down highways and find other ways to shut down business as usual. We need mass, peaceful, direct actions to block efforts to deport our immigrant brothers and sisters. And to inspire huge numbers to take action, our movement needs fighting demands that point to an alternative vision of society that puts people and the environment above the profit-driven agenda of big business. Of course, we need to mobilize around defeating the litany of attacks for Trump and the Republicans, from defending the gains of the Affordable Care Act to defending public schools. But this needs to be linked to putting forward audacious demands that can inspire with the promise of a dramatic improvement in the lives of working people. We want Medicare for all. $15 an hour for all workers. Free administration funded by taxing Wall Street greed. Black Lives Matter. We demand an end to police brutality and the racist mass incarceration state. This weekend needs to be our starting point. Let's make March 8th, which is International Women's Day, a day of defiance against Trump. A day of protest to defend Planned Parenthood and against all forms of sexual violence. May 1st is International Workers' Day and a day of immigrant protest. Our target should be to bring millions onto the streets in a truly massive wave of demonstrations for immigrant rights and against racism. And in these struggles, we will need the broadest unity in action of all those forces prepared to seriously struggle against Trump and the billionaire class, which means we need unions, immigrant rights, women's civil rights, LGBTQ, environmental rights organizations and activists. We need Sanders supporters. We need... and we need progressive Democrats, Socialist, Greens. We have to be in this together. But at the same time, there is no avoiding that there are major political differences of strategy and social interests in this movement. In my view, our movement needs to base itself on the needs of the struggle against Trump. We cannot let it be restricted to the limits of what the corporate leadership of the Democratic Party will allow. Democrats in Congress will now be put to the test in terms of their willingness to stand firm against Trump. Let's remember, when Obama first took office in 2009, the Democrats had 60 seats in the Senate and a large majority in the House, and yet Republicans relentlessly fought Obama, blocking much of his agenda. Likewise, there is no reason the Democrats could not obstruct much of Trump's agenda. With the Republicans having only a razor-slim majority of 52 seats in the Senate, Trump will not be able to appoint a right-wing zealot to the Supreme Court if the Democrats stand firm and filibuster him. But sisters and brothers, the question is, will they? Unfortunately, recent experience does not inspire confidence in the Democratic Party, especially the pro-corporate politicians who dominate it. I commend the stand of those congressional Democrats who refused to attend Trump's swearing-in today. But we need to recognize that a majority of their colleagues refused to do so, instead shamefully attending. But most outrageous was the recent decision by 13 Democrats to join Republicans, including Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell, senators in Washington State, in siding with Big Pharma against ordinary working people. As a socialist, I do not think that the Democratic Party is offering the kind of combative, working class or movement-based leadership that will be needed to confront a ruthless foe like Trump. The 99% need to build an alternative to the right-wing Republicans and the Wall Street Democrats. A new political party that rejects all corporate donations and instead bases itself on the funding and active support of working people and progressive organizations and runs anti-corporate candidates across America. Sisters and brothers, I recognize that many honest activists are trying to take back the Democratic Party following the lead of Bernie Sanders. So our differences should not stop us from working together to build the largest struggle in the streets against Trump and the billionaire class while continuing to having an honest and open political debate about strategy. I know. In these trying times, I am given hope by the newfound spirit of rebellion amongst young people. Most important is the growing support for socialism, with thousands joining socialist organizations. The reason why is no mystery. They know that capitalism has failed us. And Donald Trump is a particularly repulsive expression of the predatory nature of capitalism itself. We found out just this week that only 8 people own more wealth than the entire bottom half of the world's population. We also found out this week that global temperatures for the 3rd year in a row have broken all previous records. We need a radically different society. We need socialism. Socialism means a society where the major corporations are taken into public ownership so we can democratically plan how to use society's resources to meet human need rather than private profit. An egalitarian society rather than the dog-eat-dog, bloody competition of capitalism. A society based on international cooperation rather than the vile nationalism that Trump is promoting. Sisters and brothers, another world is possible. I hope you will join us in fighting for a socialist future, and there is no time to lose. Solidarity.